build up at this point because I just become so connected with her and those parallels all the way along. And then you get to this point where it's like, I know exactly how you feel. Like, I know exactly what you're going through. I mean, it was completely authentic. I mean, I've enjoyed people commenting on the connection they've had to the emotion that's in the character. And this is always the diary I think of. Because it's the one that it most got me.
Okay. So, what was that? That was right there. I'm going to look at this. And that's how you make a perfect risotto. Right, Mrs. Child, welcome to the grown-ups table. I've got exactly 2 minutes, and you should be grateful. Because I'm in the fucking weeds with all these shows to pitch. I keep my ovens preheated and my fire prelit. Didn't even turn. Alright, that is satisfying. Perspective.
I'd already played through the first full half of Gone Home before I started composing any music, which was really important to understand how the game felt and played and looked. But I didn't get a build of the complete game until I'd already been delivered the Part 2 audio logs, and I ended up not playing any of the second half of the game until it was fully complete and I'd written all the music. This wasn't originally my intention, but it meant I ended up fully immersed in Sam's story, essentially to the exclusion of all the other subplots of the game, which are not accompanied by specific music. I don't know if that was objectively the right call or not as the composer, but it definitely made me feel very connected to that character. I probably heard Sarah delivering Sam's story dozens or maybe hundreds of times over. It also meant I didn't actually know the literal implications of the ending of Sam's story, so I was imagining all kinds of potential endings that ended up being a lot darker than what you see when you finally do reach the attic. So as a player, when I did complete the game, I was pretty relieved.
Alright, so now we're gonna go in here. Fix. Let's just clean around. Alright, so that's hand soap. Hit starts before it even hits. Alright, so softy. Alright. I can open the washer. Sweet. Useless interaction. I love it.
Really early on, I thought it would be like something that I thought would be engaging about Gone Home would just be finding notes and scraps in unexpected places and being able to zoom in really far and find something that's tucked away in someone's pocket or whatever. And yeah, find on through the dryer I thought would just be a cool image. And so we were always going to do this, and we ended up making it this specific note from Lonnie to Sam, which it wasn't this for a long time.
Yeah, we had a few different go-rounds.
It was the one that's in the garbage can in the garage was here for a long time, and this one didn't exist, and there was no note in the garbage can in the garage. But yeah, I think that this note, this is I think the last note that went into the game.
It was really late.
And like the last new content, that went into the game, because we did our final pre-release playtest, and there were people that were kind of like, I felt like Lonnie's decision came out of nowhere at the end, and I was like, why is that? And I think it's because Lonnie had never gotten to say her piece,
Right.
and never gotten to have that moment of saying, I wish things were different and I want to be with you and I don't want to have to go away. But we've just made the assumption that that's how it's got to be. To give you some context for her, when she actually had to confront it, saying you know what, I can't live with it being that way. And so this was her chance to speak just from her own perspective about why she felt like she had no choice in the matter. And then what she was deciding against when she changed her mind when she finally had to ship out.
Alright, read note. Sam, I wish I knew how to explain it better. The army is this thing I grew up with. It's part of me. My dad's army friends are like family. I've always known it was where I'd end up. I'd never thought of it any other way. I wish things would be different. Maybe someday, when I'm settled at Abuse, and you're done with college, and you're a famous writer, and I can rebuild a tank engine with my eyes closed, things will be different, and we can be together. Until then, really? There's no journal entry? Alright. Hold on. Okay, so here's this room. Back porch. Or greenhouse, whatever.
We didn't really give Kate very specific direction for this. She gave us some
Pictures.
some reference for us to approve and everything, but when we put it into the game, again, not a request from us at all. Looking at the struts and the shape of the windows and how it's this sort of deco metal structure with water outside of it, I was just like, welcome to Rapture.
Oh, I know, it's so true.
It almost feels
really is
like
true.
an intentional reference, if only it were intentional.
Dear Kaz. From the pen of Terrence Greenbrier. Dear Kaz, I can't tell you what a joy it is to see John Russell back in print. Thank you very much for sending along copies of new editions. The cover art is really something. I know you said that Unknown Dimensions isn't in the business of printing new material, but this revived interest in my work has brought on a wave of inspiration, resulting in a manuscript that completes John Russell's journey, which I think you may find intriguing. It is reflective and introspective without forgetting this excitement and weirdness that Unknown Dimension readers expect. I hope this might be an exciting read. At the very least, I am grateful that John Russell's adventures didn't come to an end quite when I thought they had. My thanks and regards, Terrence Greenbrier. I just felt like looking that up. Cover copy. It's been almost 20 years since John Russell heard the call. Twice he saved a president's life. He practically forgotten the days of the future, of danger and excitement, the days where he mattered. I saw this in his dad's office. So when that familiar rip in time opens in front of him and his handlers clear out, he doesn't hesitate. Is the president in danger? No, the life you save this time will be your own. Huh. Okay. Examine map. Ooh, understairs, secret door. Where will we do it? Midnight, June. Final preparations are complete.
We agreed our last night together would be our happiest ever, and we'd forget tomorrow was going to come at all. It worked for a while. We had a good time seeing Oscar off, then ran up to the attic to look through our photos, to find one for Lonnie to take with her.
Oscar is your dead great uncle who died in this house.
And looking at them, I realized they were all in the past, and there wouldn't be any more. I didn't know what I was going to do, and I cried, and she held me. She said she knew it was hard, but life would move on. I said I didn't want my life to keep moving without her. That's when she cried too. I was so exhausted. I must have fallen asleep like that, in her arms. In the morning, I woke up, and I was finally alone.
So you want to talk about this fucking jazz mug?
Nobody wants to talk about the jazz mug.
Well,
It's
except
the
for
worst.
Carla.
I hate it. It's the worst.
that was such a common theme
Yeah.
when we were like approving assets or making
Yeah.
stuff visually for Gone Home. Is just like, oh my god, that's hideous. I fucking hate it for putting it in the game.
Yeah,
Because like
so
just
much
like
of that.
awful '90s furniture and like the
We see it in a secondhand store or like
or you
just
see
on
it in the
internet.
Sears catalog
like,
we
yeah,
bought,
also
and it's just
true.
like there's so
We just
many
be like,
fucking
"Ugh,
ruffles on it. I want
ugh."
to puke. Like the wicker furniture in
Yeah.
Mom and Dad's room. It's
Right.
like that's fucking hideous.
We need it.
Alright. The accidental pariah. Well, first of all, put that back so I can grab this manuscript. The accidental human. Examine pamphlet. Strong Pines, a couple's counseling retreat. Yeah, so see, they're having troubles in their marriage. Personalized consultations with our expert counselors. Fun group exercise. Build trust and understand compassion. Get away from you every day and learn new skills for a healthy and happy partnership. Summer session June 3 to 7. 95 booked. So we're in 95 now. You'd have you on all another like the sound of screams, but the revolution is coming to half music and wins. It's hot up as the duty of the street is chaos and which enhances. Okay, so got it here. Oh, there was the secret places that I need to go. I need to go back to these stairs. Which I believe are this way. If I could walk any freaking faster, my god. Yeah, okay. Okay, not creepy. Again, not creepy. Where's this cord? Okay, careful. Possession and exorcism. Alright, interacting with supernatural and releasing unwanted spirits. Alright. Oh, that's your uncle. Awesome. Attitude. Sweet. Oh, Sam's journal.
The sunset light in this house is the saddest thing I've ever seen. I just want to sleep. When I'm in the attic, it almost feels like Lonnie could still be here. She's just downstairs. I'm just waiting to hear her pull down the hatch and come running up. Maybe I'll go up to the attic and wait.
Speedruns.
The fact that there's speedruns for our game makes me really happy, and the fact that that the any percent speedrun, aka you don't have to pick up anything, just get to the end as fast as possible, has basically been optimized to I think 47 or 48 seconds. Even just watching that speedrun is really fun because you see the player optimize. Like, for instance, the fastest speedruns, they don't turn on any lights because it would take a fraction of a second to turn towards the light switch and turn it on and then turn back to the direction they wanted to go. And they just kind of like strafe past things and don't even change direction to move through the house. And then the 100% Diaries speedrun is even more interesting because players use that secret knowledge to play the game totally out of order based on a strategy for, okay, what's the most efficient way to go to these 24 points in the game?
Like spatially, so it's like this visit. It's the salesman, problem or something, where it has to go to all these different points, and what's the best way to do it? It's cool.
Yeah, and so seeing someone think about the house in a totally different way and a strategic way that is about this player created challenge that says, oh, okay, if I go into the basement first, then back out and into the East Wing, then don't even go into the West Wing until after, and all that kind of stuff. It's really cool to see that stuff evolve, and I'm really glad that we didn't make it so, for instance, you had to read the note about the secret door before you could even click on the secret door, because it would have shut down so many of those opportunities for people to play in interesting ways and express their mastery over the space that they've gained by playing the game.
Oh, so you can press stuff without, like, finding the notes. Okay, I just want to say, these graphics in this room, I am very disappointed with because of the crap oozing out, and it's just... Shut up. It's so loud. Okay, so... What's up right in here? Which I've already seen. I feel like I need to... Is it just that one space? Because let's see. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I think I should go upstairs. Make my way to the attic. On the way, I will show you Sam's room. There's a pack of cards that I threw downstairs earlier. So this is Sam's room. And that's Lonnie. So, yeah. Totally forgot what Sam looked like or where I could find a picture of her, but whatever. She's not important. She's actually very important, but still, come up. Alright, so... It's gonna be a jump scare here, like that's gonna be the big thing of the game. Ah! Okay, so...
You want to talk about a place for Christmas Duck?
This
Oh
is
my
where
God.
Christmas Duck goes.
Oh, it's Christmas Duck's little house.
It's his little house. That's where he goes. He goes into it.
There was something that I always assumed would happen. I know that some people did do it because we got tweets, like on the day of release
Day
or,
of release.
or whatever of people referring to this.
Right.
But kind of based on the gnome in Half-Life 2 Episode 2 or whatever, and just a general, I think, instinct to take the first kind of personified thing that you encounter and
Drag it around the house with
yeah,
you.
like try to take it to the end of the, like take it all the way there with you or whatever. I knew that some people were going to take Christmas Duck all the way from the beginning of the game to the end of the game, and that we needed to pay that off somehow. I used the putback system that in almost all cases is just used to, okay, you pick up a clean Xbox and now you can put it back where you got it. But in reality, I can put one of those putback triggers anywhere in the game that I want. So there's one putback trigger for Christmas Duck where you initially pick him up, and then I put another putback trigger for Christmas Duck here. But yeah, if you bring Christmas Duck up here, you get Katie's interaction prompt that says, "There you go, Christmas Duck," and you put him back in his little nest, and he gets to go back to his home at the end of the game.
Good old Christmas Duck.
I love Christmas Duck. Hashtag Christmas Duck at Bay 2016. This is Christmas Duck, by the way. He's kind of there at the beginning of the game, and he's an Easter egg, I guess. But, everyone loves Christmas Duck. There you go, Christmas Duck. Good old Christmas Duck. Hey! It's a trophy, too. Okay, so, examine drawing. Sam, I will always remember what we had. Stay strong. I love you. Okay.
Oh my god. Katie. I fell asleep in the attic, in Lonnie and my old spot, and I missed the first 2 calls. I just barely caught the third one before the machine got it. And it was Lonnie, on a payphone. She'd been on the bus to Basic, and she said she couldn't think of anything but me and us, and that she couldn't go through with it, with the Army and being a part and all of it. And so she got off the bus in Salem. She said, "Sam, I want you to pack up everything you can and get in your car and come find me. And let's just drive until we find somewhere for us."
What?
And she asked me if I could do that. And I said yes. Yes.
So that's where Sam is. Is that the end of the game? Is that all journal entries? Wait. Journal entries 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. I have 3 more. This isn't the end. Nope.
I think
Okay.
this is one where I love the way the music makes it so uplifting. Because it starts out in this very, sad point where it's sort of just like, you kind of don't know what, I don't know, to me it was very emotionally ambiguous in a sense. I mean, she's saying like, oh my God, I can't believe it, like something's happened, something's gone wrong. And as she kind of unravels the story about how she missed the first 2 calls, which then take you right back to one of the first things you probably do when you get in the house was find a voice recorder. So I love how it loops it around and then it starts building this positive feeling of like how this isn't the end. And we are going to see each other again. And there's this wonderful elation that she sort of dawns on in a funny way. And that, yeah, it's just, it's so hopeful and it's really nice to connect to that and just try and express a little bit of levity after so much weight has built up over in this little window.
See y'all saying hi. What? Oh, come on. Okay, so internet is not sufficient. Broadcast. Gameplay. So therefore, I will end the stream and start it up again.